Hello, students. Good morning. This is chapter number 9, class 11, biomolecules. In this chapter, in this video, I'll be explaining you about amino acids. Let us see what is biomolecules. Biomolecules are chemical compounds found in living organisms. They include organic and inorganic compounds. Now, how do we analyze the chemical composition of any tissue? It can be animal tissue or a plant tissue. So you take a living tissue, small piece of leaf or liver, vegetable, and you grind it in trichloroacetic acid, and then you get a thick slurry. Strain this slurry through a cheesecloth, a muslin cloth, or a cotton cloth. You will get two fractions, such as the liquid one is known as the filtrate, which is also known as acid soluble pool, and the one which is not soluble in the acid remains on the top of the cloth, and it's known as retentate, and it is the acid insoluble pool or acid insoluble fraction. The filtrate or the acid soluble pool contains micromolecules, and the retentate, that is the acid insoluble fraction, contains the macromolecule, biomacromolecule. The biomicromolecule has molecular weight less than 1000 Dalton, and the biomacromolecule has molecular weight greater than 1000 Dalton. Now, how do we analyze the inorganic compound? How do we separate that? For that, you take again a living tissue and you weigh it. This weight will give you the wet weight because it includes water. Now, you dry it. Now, when you dry it, the water gets evaporated, and that is the dry weight. Now, that dry portion, the dry tissue, is now burnt, fully burnt, so that the carbon gets oxidized into carbon dioxide, and the water vapor is also removed. Now, what you get is the ash. Now, this ash contains inorganic elements like calcium, magnesium, sodium, potassium, and inorganic compounds like sulfate ions, phosphate ions, sodium chloride, calcium carbonate, etc. So this is how you analyze the organic and the inorganic compounds. Now let us start with biomicromolecules one by one. And in this video, I'll be explaining you about amino acids. Now, as I have already told you, biomicromolecules are the micromolecules which is soluble in the acid. They are the acid soluble pool, and they represent the cytoplasmic composition. Their molecular weight is between 18 to 800 Dalton. And in this includes amino acid, lipid, sugar, and nitrogenous bases. Now, the first biomicromolecule is amino acid. The amino acid, they are the compounds that are formed with amino group, that is the NH2 group, and an acidic group, that is COOH group. It also has hydrogen and a variable R group. You can see the carbon in the center, to which has 4 bonds. One of the bond amino group is attached, the second bond carboxylic group, third bond hydrogen, and the fourth bond the variable chain. And the carbon in the center is known as the alpha carbon, and so it's also known as alpha amino acid. These amino acids are substituted methane. If you remember, methane is CH4. Now, those 4 hydrogen atoms can get substituted by amino group, carboxylic group, and a variable side chain. So that's why known as substituted methane. General example of amino acids is like glycine, and if you can see over here, the glycine, the first structure, the NH2COH and H is there, and in the variable group, hydrogen is there. That is R is equal to H. Alanine, R is equal to CH3. R is the variable group, I've already told you, so CH3. Rest everything is same, then that amino acid is alanine. And if R is substituted by CH2OH, then that amino acid is serine. There are 20 types of amino acids which is used in protein synthesis. Rest amino acid can also be categorized based on acidic amino acid, basic amino acid, and neutral amino acid. As the name itself is suggesting, acidic amino acid will have two or more than two acidic groups, like for example, glutamic acid, and obviously one NH2. Basic amino acid will have two or more than two NH2 group and only one COOH group. For example, lysine, and the third, that is the neutral amino acid, will have same number of amine group and acidic group, for example, valine. Few amino acids are aromatic also, where benzene rings, close rings are attached, for example, triosine, phenylalanine, tryptophan. Amino acid can also be classified as essential amino acid and non-essential amino acid. Essential amino acids are the amino acids that cannot be synthesized by the body and should be supplied through the diet. Because it cannot be synthesized by our body and it has to be supplied through the diet, so it is known as essential amino acid. For example, lysine, leucine, isoleucine, and tryptophan. Whereas non-essential amino acids are the amino acids which are synthesized by our body, that is glycine, alanine, serine, arginine. Because our body synthesizes it, it is considered as non-essential. Next is this amino acid has both the neutral amino acid has same number of NH2 and COOH group. Now, because it has NH2 and COOH both groups, amino acid is ionizable in nature. And if you can see the structure, an amino acid is ionizable in nature and it gets ionized, and so you call it as a Zwitter-ion. You can see the center structure where actually the amino acid is in the form of CHR, COO minus, and the hydrogen of COO moves to the NH2 group, so it is NH3 plus. Yes, it is in the ionic form, but still it is neutral because the ions are one positive and one negative. So it behaves as a neutral amino acid. Now, because again, the amino acid is in the ionic form, or it is having an ionizable nature, it behaves in a different way in different pH. Now, like for example, if it is in the acidic pH, okay, acidic, if the solution is acidic, then the amino acid will behave as a cation. But if it is a basic solution, then it behaves as a anion. So I hope that all the everything about amino acid is clear. In the next video, I will be taking into consideration the lipid. Thank you.